Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of the P.Y.S.O podcast. We're going to have a Friday the 13th special. We'll be back after our short intro to talk about the entire franchise and watch and see what we have to say. Stay tuned.
How popular Kevin Bacon is. They killed him off so soon in this movie compared to the rest of the characters.
Yeah, because it was his first movie.
Yeah, but it's weird to see it, like somebody popular get killed off so quick.
Yeah.
But he wasn't popular yet.
Well, no. Okay, so basically, we are about a little over halfway through part 1 of Friday the 13th on your Friday the 13th Spectacular here on the Poor You're So Out podcast. And, what are you thinking so far?
Back then, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
Uh-huh.
But now that we're so desensitized to horror movies.
Okay, as far as the script and storyline and the character developments, what's your idea?
You end up liking all the characters.
Uh-huh.
It is. I was just thinking that before you asked.
Uh-huh.
It's sad to see them go.
Sad to see him go.
Sad to see him go.
Okay, so that is in large part to the writing of the character, the acting of the character, as well as the casting of the character. If there's somebody on there that you don't want to look at, little iffy, little unattractive, you're like, I really don't miss them.
Yeah.
But if you hire some attractive young college kids, hey, these people might feel sorry that you're dead.
Or if you give them a very sweet character.
Sure, give them a sweet character. So we're going to sit here, we're going to end up finishing part 1, and we will give our thoughts on after the finale. And then we will go on to part 2 here on the Porter Soul podcast, Friday the 13th Spectacular. And we'll be right back.
He wasn't a very good swimmer. We can go now, dear.
I think we should wait for Mr. Christie.
Oh, that's not necessary.
I don't understand.
I am Jason. You see, Jason was my son, and today is his birthday.
Where's Mr. Christie?
That's what everybody believes, but no, it is not.
Up until this point, you have no idea who the killer is.
No idea.
So you shouldn't even think it's Jason. If you've never watched these.
Not back then, no. You have no idea.
So the ultimate spoiler for these movies is that everybody knows that Jason Voorhees is the killer.
Look. So she's basically went crazy since Jason drowned and killed anybody who wanted to come back and open Camp Crystal Lake again. You understand?
And she hates counselors because they let her son drink.
Exactly, because they were doing bad things. So anybody who does bad things dies. Get it? She started that rule. But she didn't. It happened on Halloween also.
How can anybody just, I don't know, blame everybody for one person's death even though they had nothing
Well,
to do
she's
with it?
obviously psychotic. She's hearing voices of her dead son who, quote unquote, may not be dead after all. We shall find out. Because there are many, many sequels. So let's find out if Jason Voorhees is actually dead.
So he never actually comes out in this movie.
Spoiler alert, no. If you haven't seen Friday the 13th by now, then I don't know why you're listening to this show. Go watch the movie. Very original. Sean S. Cunningham film, written and directed, I believe.
I would say it's very unique, very good for back then.
Yes, 1980 release.
Hey, you just picture somebody slashing, somebody chopping somebody in the head with an axe.
No, that's
Slicing
not happening.
throats is going to be a man doing it. You know what I mean? It's just, they're stronger, they're more aggressive in movies. And
Rather sexist, but point of view taken.
it's the truth.
Okay, now she's running through the woods looking for her now. Ms. Voorhees. Okay, looks like she got out from behind that dock. Don't worry.
8 to 10 sequels.
Yeah. Her head's facing a different direction now on the ground.
No, these sequels all go in sequence.
Yes, but they're not all connected somehow. Like, they're weird. Some of them get a little weird. I mean, they all call back to this. You know, his mom getting killed and all that stuff. They never forget that. That's the origin story.
Do the different episodes or whatever you call them, the
Sequels?
sequels. Different directors, producers,
Yes,
all
yes,
that.
every sequel is different. Some come back here and there, but no, every movie is written as its own movie. Like this, part 1 and 2 and 3, they're all pretty equally connected. Close, and like they all came out 1 year apart.
I'm not one for sequels, I guess.
Yeah, well.
I always like the original movie.
Too bad.
But I don't know.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, we got a couple minutes left in this fight scene, and we are going to come right back and give our thoughts afterwards, and we shall be right back, everybody. Alright, we're here at the finale, folks. Here we are, we have Alice, lone survivor girl, in the canoe. Daylight, it's morning time. What could possibly happen? What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, she's having a hot
Is she?
Oh, yeah.
Your folks are on the way out.
Okay.
Is anyone else alive?
You think anyone else is alive?
Are they all dead?
Yeah, I think they're all dead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
2 of my men pulled you out of the lake. We thought you were dead, too.
Oh, so they pulled
Do you
her
remember
out.
very much?
Mm-hmm.
The boy. Is he dead too?
Who?
The boy, Jason.
Jason?
In the lake, the one who attacked me, the one who pulled me underneath the water.
We just see her floating in a boat.
We didn't find any boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Then he's still there.
Oh my gosh. Then he's still there.
How did she know he was a boy that came up behind her?
It's in the script. It's in the script. That's always the answer.
Well, maybe they had a conversation
Now
after
we
he dropped her
see-
in the water.
And now we see the little lake empty, fade to black type ending.
Bubbles.
Was she dreaming? Was she not? Is there a boy in the lake? If so, why is he still a boy? Because he died many, many years ago. Do you understand?
Well, he was all
Yes, but
disfigured
why
and
would he
rotten.
still be a boy if he were alive? So, didn't make much sense. But that
Well,
was...
he came back from the dead. My theory would be that the mother was possessed, but when they killed her, he just took his own body back over.
Okay, well, that is somebody's theory that knows nothing about
No.
Friday the 13th.
Exactly.
And I understand, but that's what the sequels are for. To tell you that this is why.
Yeah.
That
well,
ending...
if you're watching this for the first time, which I'm not, but I don't remember,
yes, please.
I'm saying that's how it looks
Okay.
to me.
Yes. Well, I get it. See, look, there's Mr. Tom Savini right there. He's a special makeups effects artist from Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Okay, so, yeah, there is a part 2. Going into it like you've never seen it before, you would wonder, why, how can there be a part 2? The mom died. The boy is still a boy. What's he going to do, right?
Always, obviously a monster. Quotation monster.
Basically, what happens in part 2 is what you just watched at that ending makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Seriously. So, the ending of part 1, where she gets drugged under the water and it was a little boy, that was actually supposed to be the end of it. Much like Halloween, there was no sequel planned.
But
They wanted you to understand. They wanted the viewer to just wonder, is Jason still alive? Could he be out there? Blah, blah, blah. That's what they wanted. Much like Halloween. They had him still breathing through the camera views where he used to be. Is he still alive? Blah, blah, blah. When part 2 comes out, you see a different version of Jason. So, makes you think, what really happened at the end of part 1? Because it didn't make much sense after that. But we are going to end part 1 here, and we will be right back. Stay tuned. All right, and to conclude this episode 6 of the Pour Your Soul Out podcast, we'll pretty much just wrap up the whole franchise of Friday the 13th after we watched it. One after one, we did watch the whole franchise.
Yeah.
It's basically the man came back in part 2, got revenge on who killed his mother, and from then on started killing anybody who came back to Camp Crystal Lake, either to open the camp or just wandered in. You know what I mean? And then after that, we have him going to space in Jason X. He, the year 2456, I believe.
That's just so embarrassing.
And he goes to space after being cryogenically frozen. And then they thaw him.
What
so
year is it supposed to be?
2456 or 53. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2456. No, that's 456. 20 something. 20. Yeah. 34 something.
He lived thousands of years.
Yeah. Frozen. And then they...
Why would they freeze him? Why would you want to keep something like that alive?
Because in the beginning of Jason X, which we watched, if you don't recall, the place that he was... The Crystal Lake Research Facility. He was in prison, tied up there. Some higher-ups in the military came by, and they said, we're not going to let you... freeze him. We're going to take him somewhere and study him because you can't kill him. They shot him, they hung him, they blew everything. Kept coming back. Okay? So his regeneration is what they wanted to study, how he doesn't die. So they treat him like a real person, basically, in this one. And he kills everybody, basically. And he gets frozen, trapped in the freezer, and then him and the whoever, not doctor, but the military woman who froze him, get both frozen. She comes back too, thawed out.
Oh, jeez.
Okay? And that year is really ticking me off. But I can't remember the year. 2455. That's what year it takes place. And that's what year that they thaw him out. He goes back on a spaceship and basically kills everybody. And then he gets shot out into space. And then a soldier comes by on his spacesuit and takes him back to Earth through the atmosphere. And then 2 humans still on Earth 2, they were looking up at the sky and they saw a shooting star, but it was really those 2 coming into our atmosphere burning. Yeah. And then Jason's mask comes flying down into the lake and you see it just sink into the bottom.
What year was that one?
2002.
What year did Alien come out?
1986 or 4, 84. Why?
Because just that storyline sounded like Alien.
Alien? No, that was 1977. Excuse me, 1977, I believe. But anyway, yes. And then there was Freddy vs. Jason, which was basically just a money grab. And then the remake Jason, 2009, Friday the 13th, which told basically the stories of Part 1 and Part 2 in one movie, basically. And we got Farmer Jason, basically, living in the woods. You know, he dug tunnels under the ground so he could run through the woods really fast, you know, and cut through tunnels and stuff. And these kids obviously came in where they should not be. And he, one by one, you know, does what he does. You understand?
Slashes them.
Yep. And that's the last Friday the 13th we have seen. 2009. Sucks. Because of legal battles and whatnot between the creators, we have not gotten another movie. Because the remake was...
What's the battle about?
Who owns the rights and who's going to get all the money?
And why is that?
Because one person made Friday the 13th and one person made Jason Voorhees.
Oh,
who owns the rights? Who do you think?
Part 2.
Whoever designed Jason Voorhees,
Yeah.
not who came up with the idea for Friday the 13th and the drowned boy and all that?
No,
because they took that whole idea. They took the whole story and kept it.
But they could have started a whole new movie with Part 2 and ran with that.
Anyway.
You didn't need Part 1.
Anyway, I don't know who owns the rights. Honestly, I think it should just be a 50-50 thing. And
the movie is based on the character Jason.
Well, yeah, but without that first movie, which was somebody else's idea, there would be no character Jason. Do you understand?
Without you, I never even would have known that Jason
We're not going to argue about this here.
I'm just saying that Jason wasn't even in the first one.
Okay.
I wouldn't have done that unless I watched it again.
Just because something that the fans don't know doesn't mean it's something that's right. It's right.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's legally right. We don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so hopefully one day we can get that figured out. We can get some more movies. People hate remakes, but come on now. If you love horror slashers, you're going to go see a Friday the 13th movie when it comes out. And that's just how it is. So on today, Friday the 13th, happy birthday to Jason Voorhees.
Happy birthday.
Whenever his birthday actually was. But, yeah, please feel free to go out and watch all these movies back to 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 back.
Because this was a special one. We forgot to do the password.
Oh, yes, and your password is revealed as...
Inversion table.
Inversion table, correct. The three hints last episode were upside down,
head rush,
and alignment. So, yeah, that was inversion table. And...
we got to come up
with another password for you here. So we're going to have to think of something real quick here. Okay, I think I thought of something.
Right.
3 hints will be ladder, chemicals, and fun. Ladder, chemicals, and fun. See if you can come up with a password. Type it in the comments below and come back for episode 7 of the Pour Your Soul Out podcast, where we will reveal said password to you all.
Yep.
So once again, thanks for listening, and feel free to check out that link on YouTube. Scan that with your phone to take you to our Etsy page. Go on Etsy, search P.Y.S.O Creations. Go on Podbean, search P.Y.S.O Podcast or P.Y.S.O Creations. And as we all know, that is Pour Your Soul Out, so feel free in the comments to pour yours. We'd like to hear what your thoughts are and how you like the show so far. That rhymed. And with that, we're going to say bye-bye.
Adios.